everyone, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the Transformers Studio Series number 88, released in 2022, Deluxe Class Sideways from Revenge of the Fallen. And this is a character I've been wanting for quite some time, and I'm so glad I got him at Walmart. That 2-pack costed me 17 bucks, and it came with the RC figure I reviewed recently on the channel. And I'm just going to tell you that that was really nice to get that pack, and I'm so grateful I did. Unfortunately, I have not been able to pick a Perceptor or Wheeljack. I'll just probably order Perceptor alone, and I will be ordering KO Optimus Prime pretty soon. And I will be doing some re-reviews and some new reviews, and I have a lot coming in. And so this video is going to be about this character that appeared in Revenge of the Fallen only for like a brief 3 seconds, and then we never saw him, and then he was brutally annihilated by Sideswipe. So in this video, we're going to take a look at the Studio Series version of the toy. And now, without further ado, let's get started with the details. The details on this figure are really great. I'm not going to lie, I just really do like how this figure has been sculpted and detailed. Just taking a look at the details, just looking at the head sculpt itself, the head sculpt looks really, really nice. We can see some nice metallic silver. It's painted and sculpted really well. If you look very closely, you could slightly see the red part of the Decepticon eye. Not much, but you could see it. Right here, moving down toward the body region, we have a lot of nice details right here. We can see that this body actually does match the chest region of the CGI model, so I really do like that. Just taking a look at the arms, they do have a lot of detail packed into them. You see a lot of silver and gunmetal painted on them, as well as the hands. They are slightly articulated, not the best articulation, but they do have some hinge joints right here, so you could probably put dynamic poses if you want. Right here we can see some nice sculpture right here, even interior design right here. They got out of their way and just put an interior sculpt work. You can't really see it, it's the light's kind of like messing it up, but yeah. Right here on the legs, we could focus right here. We have a lot of nice sculpt work here in the legs as well, and this honestly represents a whole Bayformer. And I really do like that chicken leg design that a lot of characters had within the film, like Starscream and Megatron, and a lot of other Decepticons really had that chicken like appearance. He does come packing with one accessory, being this blaster that he would have had in the film if he actually had more screen time. However, since this is probably one of the first initial concept series figures, and was basically preparing for the Gamerverse later on in 2023. This gun is based off the game of Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen, 2009. So, no PlayStation game. I've never played it. I've always wanted to play it, but yeah, it's based off of that weapon, and I do like how they're opening new frontiers to incorporate new designs. And as far as integration goes for the weapon itself, it's really easy to do. So one thing I did have trouble, I initially tried to put it like this. However, the proper way you're supposed to put it is with the tab facing the body. You're just gonna slide the initial 3 fingers inside, and then you're gonna close it in with the thumb right there, sealing it in nice and snug. And it could apply to the same process as it's sculpted, perpendicular to each or symmetrical to each other. Now with that out of the way, now let's take a look at the articulation. Now the articulation on this figure isn't the best, but it's pretty moderate for a figure made in 2022. So the head is on a ball joint. You can look up, down, not really tilt side to side. Could look left and right and do a full 360 if you wanted to. The arm is on a ball joint, so it has a lot of range of motion. He has a ball joint at the elbow, so you can move it around as if it was a bicep joint, and has 90-degree range of motion. As far as the hand is concerned, unfortunately, no wrist rotation due to the design. I don't really expect it. These characters are very complex, and he does have a hinge joint at the fingers and a hinge joint at the thumb. So if you wanted to, you could have him choking out an Autobot if you wanted to, or something. He has race rotation, could do a full 360 if you want, just like you saw. Right here, he has a ball joint at the leg. He could kick back to this far, up to this far, past 90-degree bend at the knee. But I do recommend when posing this guy, you have this figure in a chicken leg pose, or else it will fall. So you're gonna have to have this figure right here. And at the bottom of the foot, we have a ball joint right here. Unfortunately, no cutout right here, so he has no ankle pivot, but he could go back and far, and then could do a full 360 if you wanted to. So yeah, this figure's articulation is pretty moderate for a deluxe class made in 2022. Now, as far as this figure's box is concerned, this is one of the newer Studio Series figures that were released around 2022. And they had that new box design, and I really did like it. Right here we have 88. We have Sideways. Unfortunately, no plastic film. I really wish they would have had something. Right here we have 88. A nice picture of Sideways right here. And then turning toward the back of the box, we have product shots of Sideways, both robot form and in car form. His iconic movie scenes, The Shanghai Pursuit from Revenge of the Fallen. Sideways attempts a speedy escape through the Shanghai streets before being sliced in half by Sideswipe. So in that film, Sideswipe literally slices up Sideways, and then that's the end of Sideways, and he literally bites the dust after that. And right here we have a full body render of Sideways, and we have a black background right there. At the top of the box, we get Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen. Right here are the words. I got this accompanied with RC. Um, at Walmart. I posted a video about it that I found them, and I found multiple 2 packs there, and I really did enjoy picking them out, and it was pretty cool finding this figure there. And I'm so glad I found it. I really wish they would have done more 2 packs, but with more elusive characters like maybe Hot Rod and Crosshairs, Bumblebee, and maybe the Dark of the Moon Bumblebee and other deluxe class characters. I mean, they could have added so much more. Instead, they mostly focus on the Bumblebee movie characters. But I really do they hope they do something pretty soon again, because I really want to get my chance to get more figures in the collection. The backdrop here is exactly the same from what we saw from Sideswipe and from the RC sisters. And whenever I'm not so sure if we're ever gonna get it, the twins, they're probably gonna score this background as well. And my prediction was right back in 2021 when I said that Sideways, whenever he's released, will have this backdrop, and I was right. And I'm so glad I was right, and I got this. Starting off with the size comparisons from characters of Revenge of the Fallen, I brought in Studio Series Sideswipe, his rival in that scene, and aka his executioner. Here we have the RC sisters consisting of RC, Chromia, and Alita 1. Kind of a Bayverse go-to comparison, here we have Bumblebee, Studio Series Soundwave, Barricade, and here we have a trio of small Bayverse Decepticons from Transformers 1, 2, and 3. Bayverse Optimus Prime, Sentinel Prime, Revenge of the Fallen Battle Damaged Megatron, and finally, The Fallen. So the transformation for this guy is simple yet slightly complex. So the first thing you're going to have to do is remove this. Now, I did want to go over this right before we transform it. There is 2 spots to put this figure. One on the hand, as we've seen before, and the other one is here on the back. Right here, just merely looking up from the instructions, you just simply slide it in somewhere right here or something. It just goes, these 2 tabs do go inside right there in these 2 slots, and there we have the gun fully, like, what's it called, just hanging there like a jetpack, and you could just incorporate that however you want. Okay, so transformation is quite simple. So the first thing you're gonna have to do, if you haven't done so already, remove the accessory. You're gonna turn the hands all the way back like this, get him in this open palm look, so that he looks like he's about to wrestle or something. And then you're gonna turn your attention toward this back region, and then you are gonna disengage this piece, revealing the top side of the car. Then you're gonna unclip this region, even though it should be tabbed. You're gonna untab it right here, and then leave it in sort of this position. Now right here, you're gonna focus right here on separating this piece right here, and then now that we just get the weird looking body just away from the back, you're then gonna focus on these 2 tabs and these 2 slots. The tabs right here tab into these slots, so you're just gonna rotate this all the way to the back. And yes, for some reason, from mine, it did pop off the leg. You're gonna rotate this all the way to the back so that this belly region covers the leg right there, and then you are it's just about aligning this up properly. Tap that in, put the toe forward, do the same process on the other leg. So we are just gonna put this right here, the toe forward, and just attach this right there. For some reason, it does not want to tap in to oops, we did it wrong right here. Just tab this in right there, and then do the same process on this side. Just tab that in, put the toes downward, and then now that we have Sideways into this kind of weird look, and then after you have connected it right here, you're gonna focus your attention right here on the back region, and then you are going to rotate the hands slightly this way, and then you are going to flip this whole region down like this, connect this piece, and then right here focus on the chest. You're gonna connect You're gonna connect these two pieces as originally they were like this because of the robot mode, and then now you're gonna focus on this. Now you're gonna focus on this. I do recommend moving it into this kind of motion because on a tendency it does kind of want to come off at times, and then it is just gonna tab in to that slot right there. Come over onto the other side. Gonna do the same process right here. Tab that right in, and then you're just gonna make sure everything just falls all nice and sweet. And then after that, you're gonna before you connect it, you're gonna put your attention right here, and you're gonna unhinge this wheel and then make it come out like this. Then do the same process on this side. Unhinge this wheel, make it come out like this. Once that is done, now we can already see how the car form is already forming. And for some reason this thing did come off, unfortunately. It's just about finding the right angle sometimes. Right there, we found the right angle. No, we didn't. Wait, did we? No, I'm not sure. This figure is honestly very complex, and the transformation is kind of tedious, but it's kind of worth it at the end. So once we have that, just connect all the pieces together, like so. I'm pretty sure I'm not missing a step. You're gonna connect these, make sure, and then you're gonna sometimes have the doors facing up. You're just gonna face them down, connect them, and it's just about aligning up all the pieces together to just connect. And now just some minor adjustments. Just tab in the pieces. So I just tabbed them in off screen so that I won't waste your time watching this video. And then here we have Sideways fully transformed into his awesome looking Audi mode. Unfortunately, this isn't an official licensed Audi, so unfortunately we never see the nice logo. Was it an Audi? I'm pretty sure it was. Correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe it's a Nissan. But I really do like this car form. It looks really nice. Unfortunately, for some reason, it doesn't really want to roll on my new review station. However, it does really look really nice. As far as weapon storage goes, it does go in the same spot that we saw earlier on the back. It's just gonna go right there. And honestly, it doesn't really look all that cool, so I'm just gonna leave it off to the side. And this honestly represents an entire robot in disguise. Now let's see how he scales with some other figures. I brought in his rival, Sideswipe. Right here we can see Sideswipe being a Chevrolet Camaro and Sideways being an Audi. We can see how big they are, and they are around the same scale. So yeah, deluxe class figures. I really do like how they look like these both silver cars, and they do look really cool with one another. Here you have Revenge of the Fallen Bumblebee, and just like Sideswipe, they are around the same size, so we can see how big this figure is. And here we have the RC sisters right here. We have RC Chromia and Alita 1. I did not transform them because in the scene they weren't in their bike modes when they were chasing Sideways. Well, they were, but like when they were like actually making contact, they were in robot form and they were just shooting at him and trying to take him down. Well, backup arrived, Sideswipe, and this arrived, sliced him in half. The twins literally did nothing in that scene, and it was pretty cool. This figure actually does look to scale, and I think that this is an accurate scale to how these figures appeared in the film. Now, as far as the details are concerned on this Audi mode, I really do like how it looks like. We can see that on the front part, we have the grill of the car, but here we have some nice headlights right here. On the top, we probably have some headlights right here. I'm not sure, but it looks really nice. The doors right here look really nice. I do like how they do look like, how it's shaped. I really do like this car. I'm not gonna lie. And the back, I really do like the back region. It just gives some sort of evil yet high tech vibe. Just gives like some advanced vibe. You could just imagine this cruising down the street, like, and then just going off. Kind of reminds me of the DeLorean from Back to the Future. But yeah, this figure is actually really cool, very lightweight, and I really do recommend it. So some final thoughts for the Transformers Studios Series Deluxe Class Sideways, perfectly executed figure, literally. This figure was actually really great. It was an initial concept series for the studio series, and this figure barely had any screen time, and they nailed it, and it was a pretty good job. It matches the CG render, and it matches the car form as well. The only little issue I have with the figure is probably the articulation and probably the loose joints, and that's probably it. Everything else, this figure is honestly a 8 out of 10. I really do like this figure. And as far as scaling goes, it's perfect. Paint goes perfect. Articulation, not the best. Durability, joint durability, not the best either. However, everything else is perfect. I really do like this figure, and I do recommend him for anyone interested in buying this figure. At Walmart, you can find them with the 2 packs, but I'm not so sure if those 2 packs are really gonna sell anymore. I saw one recently, but like that was just rare, and they're probably not selling anymore. So if you see those, get a 2 pack and get this figure with RC. If not, just switch out RC or just sell RC, whatever. Now that about concludes our video. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, leave a comment, and until my next one, I'll see you then. Thank you for watching.